Man, I can't wait. I just realized this was a remix. Nice. No, let's do Drifter's Destiny. Oh yeah, this is it. This is what I wanted. Oh, welcome to the stream. Sorry about that. Was looking at my phone. What is up? I'm not AFK. Carl, I'm not even AFK. I'm literally sitting here. Okay, he's gone. Alright. Back to myself. I will continue to look at Genshin. Huh. That is so accurate. All the animo characters are calm. Except Venti.
We're looking at a singular Zara. Low-key, I love Zara. She is a powerful, independent woman. She knows what she wants. She doesn't take shit from no one. And I love that about her. And she's got Sephiroth wings. It doesn't get any better than that. 68 over 236. Excuse me? What are you feeding this Zara, dude? Aqua Simulacra. 2-piece Echoes, 2-piece Vermilion. So you went attack, attack. I don't think I've ever seen a Sarah like that before. 28.8? You said screw support. I want her to attack, bro. Dang. C6. 8, 12, 12. I don't think I've ever seen a Sora like that before. That's actually a very interesting build.
I'm gonna fuck up your face build. Welcome to the chat. We're waiting for 2.8 to start in about 12 minutes. Oh, wait. I was just looking at Genshin clips while we're waiting. Any other good ones? What we got? Okay. Okay, we have a fellow person here waiting. Let's check out the stream. Oh, is the game up now? Oh shit. Oh yeah, the game's ready. Let's hop right into it. 2.8. Let's go. Ah. Okay. Okay. Well, this is very exciting. So we'll have the option. So that'd be 40 primos. Plus the primos for 2.8. Honestly, based off the first half of 2.8, I really just want them to be 4-star. Version highlights. That's new. What did I just click? Ah! Oh, let's check this out. $600 primos. We'd love to see it. Shop is updated. D-Luke! Oh, that's hot. Oh no, he's hot. Red Dead of Night. Check out the events. Alright, we got the testing. Okay. Alright. Okay, and he has a hangout event. Okay, cool.
Once.
Okay. If I did all this right, my next 4-star is my next pool. Let me check. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. It's guaranteed 4-star. Please give me the man. Four-star. It's a weapon. Okay. How far am I on pity? Six, 12, 18, 24, 30, 33. Oh no. I'm on 33 already. That's not good. Okay. I guess let's just do. Hold on. Ow.
I'll protect us.
As one with wind and cloud.
I've been here, Pearl.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Ah, okay. Man, it's gonna be wild for Minecraft, man. If you watched my Someone Ruined 2 of my theories video, you would know why. Let's just say someone killed the 2 Minecraft series I was doing. I just told you, someone killed it. Oh, I need to sneeze. And there already was an episode 2. There just wasn't an episode 3. I need to drink water. Cleave.
Da, da, da. Blow them all up. Boing, boing, boom. Boom. Ooh, ah. Yeah. Sparks and flash. I must leave no. Ah, boom. Yeah. Ooh, boom. Hi-ya. Blow them all up. Ah, boom.
Girl, you do know I uninstalled Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, correct? I platinumed Kakarot. I will say, you do realize this channel is more of a let's play, right? Well, it's not about the lights, man. It's about having fun. I'm playing what I want to play. Oh. Oh, God, my allergies are acting up. Give me a second. I'm good.
One day, I'll be a...
Oh, shit.
More speed.
Oh. Fuck.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today? Huh? What's up? Hey! What the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Rack and ruin.
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all? Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha? He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha. Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other? Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything. Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there. Kazuha is.
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Thank you! Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Oh god. Oh my allergies. Yeah, before we do anything else.
It's actually not as good, but it's good for the set. So we'll hold on to that for now until we, well, either a goblet or sands. Let's go handle this. Oh, whoops. It's been a while since I've come over here.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaedahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaedahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaedahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed? In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaedahara clan belonged to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaedahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaedahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaedahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun, and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaedahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaedaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaedahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No, this puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back! This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town.
Oh yes, we have to talk to Ryuji. I'm still trying to finish that daily commission quest line. It's okay, baby. There you go.
Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
For real? Yes, sure, I had to do it.
We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaedahara Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaedahara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaedahara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right, then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma? Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why—
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha. What brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes, The Kaedahara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedahara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedahara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift. I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse, and neither of them came back. Yes, strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh! What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him, but making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, If he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa!
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand. Ame no Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home, now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Ame no Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
On the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and, nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
An interesting explanation. I was also considering this possibility. Ame no Yuya is an expert on swords. He could have noticed some problematic details about Mr. Nagato's collectibles. Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryou Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details, so they fled to protect their secrets. But it's a far-fetched theory. I can't imagine how they would have been able to reach an agreement. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Ame no Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there? Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Okay, Kazuda.
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatari, indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit. We should remain vigilant.
Huh. So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. Judging from the concentration, I would...
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hit...
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy. From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The
so what should we...
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no... You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far...
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse.
That was too scary!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. Quiet your mind. From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here, and seems to be dissipating
Whoa! Look at all those hairy churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Out of the frying pan, into the...
It's,
Ugh!
by the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn well, according to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could.
So...
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. Yes, right now, if Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him...
Right! So let's get moving!
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell for a practitioner of the martial arts. The easiest desire... All the clues that it... I have a hypothesis that if it's...
Wait! You figured it out?
I believe so. But it's something of an... On with the search. We must stay vigilant.
Why here?
I'm not sure. But on closer exam... Show yourself!
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! What's your problem, huh?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is... But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it... Whoa, whoa! Shh!
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting, or rather as a means to occupy, Amenoma Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, as a descendant of the Kaedehara clan. You should be...
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokata.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, he was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world.
So... swords?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere... After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant... I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power. The might of Ishin art!
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've...
My hosts? Who cares what happens when they got tired, or injured, or unusable? I hopped to the next one in line.
You're awful!
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed... At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no... Now, give your body over to me! Be right here.
Shaken and stirred! Look at you, Boo Down!
I'll settle this. Our bond is strong.
Join
Beg
me
for mercy.
and sever
Blood
that
of
divine
frost.
light! Do not stand in my way.
Your bluff's fooling no...
Lost. I can never lose. It is the... Even if you defeat me here, the one... He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new... The end result is the same! I will end this wretch... And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small... By any means necessary, and any means...
Your fighting style. But from your movements, I sense only hatred.
Really? You could...
As I've mentioned before, the forms of each... Since the blade is current, if you ask me, the...
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishii. In that regard, why...
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade, now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now...
Oh, that's right! Paimon remembers now!
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles...
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. You were determined to fulfill... I think you realized your limitation, but the way I see it...
What would you know about any of this? I'm just...
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance, even if you were to sever that divine light. Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated... How could you possibly unleash the full potential of...
Silence! I must achieve my goal. This was his... I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your soul. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaid.
How stubbornly you... I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state.
What? Surely...
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. Once we have dealt with them...
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release...
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If the cursed blade strengthens the power of the Tatarigami...
What?
Even if things take a turn for the worse, we have a chance here to save an innocent victim.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to... Now.
I felt a little dizzy at first. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will.
What should we do next?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, if a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between... If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no
Wait a minute! Paimon remembers hearing... Since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that secret base,
all right.
What about Amenoma Yuya?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness.
Are we sure this is a good idea? Okay. Let's go. Whoop. Now I got stomach cramps. Ugh. Race you!
Leave everything on this journey to me.
The fairy. To the fairy. Let's get one with wind and cloud.
Wind strike.
Come on, the fairy.
Fine.
More.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very... Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not...
Something else on your...
How strange. Rather, let's keep going.
Let's get down to business.
The wind knows me. Into the wind.
Terry. Day.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows me.
How's this? To the fairy.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps
But what would that do to...
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plan. He's still trying to... Time to go. One with nature. Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
You win this.
Are you okay? It looks...
Yes.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a
True form? What are you talking? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya, it barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of... I've finally figured out why it was that you wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand you. The only one who truly understood you had already...
Huh? What's that?
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup! We can have...
Don't worry. It's just more of the same.
Taste my flame!
Blade! The wind knows me. One with nature.
Take this!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
You fought way better.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I try, too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are... This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Skill, blade, determination, and... There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami...
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since the moment you embarked on this, you have known this for a long time.
He gave me everything. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, do not worry. How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. When I touched the hilt for the first time, a bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. A newly forged blade lay by his side.
Wow.
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned he spent the rest of his life in the forge. He felt intense regret at being... So he instructed this... All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly.
So that's... But after that, the blacks...
Right. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities. But... Yes. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, he seems to have calmed down, though.
When I look back at the past, I can remember that I once told him that I would pay but darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Not only did I fail to fulfill...
You are finally seeing...
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, but I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. So, may I ask you...
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too?
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should...
His attitude hurt. What do you think, Kazuha?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, alas, after that, nor have I ever had my fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were... You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in...
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you must have plenty of reasons to both hate me.
Understood. Then let's...
I see. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, if a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I do not wish to be a mere victim.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this...
All right, then let's move. More Ronin could appear at any moment. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should...
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down, even now. But still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art.
Successor of Amenoma art. Amenoma Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Into the wind. One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me. Into the wind. One with nature. Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Thank you. Experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
I am sorry to have...
A prized Ishin blade. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bonton Sango Detective...
Really?
Yes. Badly wounded, but... And now that Hyuya is back, it seems like the...
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way!
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. I have decided...
But...
Thank you. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
Is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
That sword is awesome.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions. Only in the final moments, before...
Seems like he really...
The same fervent ambition that gave him... Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistake. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my... Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling after everything I've seen. I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have...
Wait! Shouldn't we also go update...
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings, and it's also time to give him a response.
You've returned. I hear that the Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse.
Wow, you sure...
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please, take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaedehara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations.
I see.
The Kaedehara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only... Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya.
You misunderstand. That was most certain...
I am aware. But
Very well. I can understand. Then let's pretend that... However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance...
Great.
Where will you travel to?
I'll probably... As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Maybe Mondstadt? Yeah? We get the blade. Excuse me? Free 4-star a weapon? Kagotsurube Ishin.
If there there's nothing better to do, we could...
Car.
Yes.
Beg for mercy.
Can't handle your drink? Fine, scratch that.
Out of my way! Shudder! Freeze to the core! I condemn you! More speed. Our bond is strong!
Shaken and stirred! Think you can bully me?
Stand with me!
Out of the fright! Shaken and stirred! Look at you!
Lightning, showing off! Beg for mercy. Flood of frost. Shudder. Rack and ruin. Dissipate.
Shaken and nice and spicy!
More speed. aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along. I was forced to learn. Beg for mercy. Our bond is strong.
Out of the frying pan, into the scratch. Think you can
Crush.
I'll settle this. Can't handle your drink.
Beg for mercy.
Dissipate.
Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye.
I think this is the doggo one.
Our bond is strong. You're toast!
Crush!
Lightning Sheriff!
Beg for mercy.
Look at you! Forget.
Freeze to the core.
I'll settle this. Dissipate. Scuba, get them! Take an answer! Eat this!
Crush!
Out of my way!
Shudder!
Take an answer!
Crush! More speed. Rack and ruin.
Our bond is strong.
Beg for mercy. More speed.
I'll settle this. Stand with me. AR56! Nice and spicy.
Crush! Flood of frost! Eye for an eye!
Our bond is strong. Lightning Sheriff! Think you can bully me? Scuba, get them! Can't handle your dreams, huh?
Shudder!
Out of my way! Nice and spicy!
Beg for mercy. Freeze to the core.
Dissipate!
More speed. Flood of frost! Out of my way! Stand with me!
Pew pew! Shake it faster! Hey-ya! Nice and spicy! Can't handle your drink!
Our bond is strong!
Booba! Get them! Think you can bully me?
Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine. I condemn you.
Let's go!
Stand with me. I'll settle this.
Right here!
Shudder. Beg for mercy.
You're toast! Look at you, Boo-Down! Lightning terrified!
Dissipate.
Nice and spicy!
Shudder. Flood of frost. Eye for an eye. More speed. Yeah.
Think you can bully me? Shake it ass!
Out of my way.
I'm the fried chip!
Crush. Vengeance will be mine. I condemn you.
Nice and spicy! Hey-ya! Can't handle your drink! Huh? Think you can bully me? Cool. Scratch!
Stand with me. Beg for mercy. More speed.
Lightning terrified! Think you can... I'm the fried chip!
Shudder. Freeze to the core. Rack and ruin.
Look at you, Boo-Down!
I'll settle this. Dissipate.
Eat this! Booba, get...
Beg for mercy.
Think you can bully me?
Our bond is strong. Eye for an eye. You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? Alright then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words. Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Smile and... Not along. I was...